Hey, so today's plan for this episode, it's kind of a packed list actually. We're first gonna build the desert house for my NPCs. I ended up I ended up building all of the pylon houses for the NPCs. You'll see that later in the series, but pylons are super important because when you put NPCs in houses across the world, they give you access to pylons, which are like it's a teleportation circuit, not circuit. You can teleport basically when you're near them. They're like portals. So, uh, especially once the game gets harder, after defeating the wall of flesh, it's really important to have pylons. So I kind of built all the houses for that already. Like I said, you'll see them later. But running across the map every 5 minutes, that turns into a huge ordeal when the game gets harder. So it's just a good idea to get that out of the way now. Um, so then after that, we're going to take down the Eye of Cthulhu, which is basically the first real boss fight in the game. And then after that, we're going to try to take down the next boss, which is the. Well, first we have to make the arena for the Eater of Worlds, which is in the corruption. Because technically you can fight him underground, but it's a huge worm. So it can go sideways really quickly. But we're going to take that down after. Then we're gonna go straight to the underworld. I'm gonna build a elevator, so we can. Really, I just need the materials and like hellstone, obsidian, and all that good stuff. That's more of like a future me will thank me type of thing. I just really need to build a elevator, so that's next on the list. But yeah, so that's plenty of progress to get through today. But I've had a topic I've wanted to rant about for a while, and that is the line between cool and corny clothing. It comes up like pretty often for me because I remember when wearing Minecraft stuff made you a cornball. Like that was you were a loser. I remember that. I used to have a Minecraft backpack, and I used to have the Minecraft creeper hoodie, all that stuff, and it wasn't popular, right? People were gonna cook you. It didn't matter. Didn't matter if Notch gave you it. It didn't matter. But now, Minecraft shirts and stuff like that is considered swag, right? You got dudes on TikTok in jorts and a thrifted creeper tee with a chain on, and now it's considered a vintage gamer aesthetic. Like that was literally you would literally get bullied for that a couple years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I guess it and I guess it was a few years ago, but it wasn't like it's not like how uh, like it wasn't like decades ago. It was just a couple years ago, and it's not even just Minecraft. It's kind of the whole cycle of things going from cool or just starting off cringe and then becoming cool. It's almost like a marination process, like Crocs, right? Crocs used to be Crocs used to be this thing of like a joke. They were like a joke. They were ugly, whatever. Now you got Lightning McQueen Crocs that are like a holy grail for people. You got platform Crocs. You got I think there's a Balenciaga Croc or something. It's like platform Crocs. All these different collaborations with different designers. Everyone wants a pair. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in that snowball of like why, but that's just another example. And it's almost like there's like a grace period, like I said, almost like a marination of something being uncool for like 5-6 years, and then boom, then now it's almost like retro swag. It's weird because if you're wearing it in the wrong window, then you're done. But if you catch and basically bandwagon, right, and go hop on trends, then you're now part of the movement. Even like graphic tees, right? Like I guess SpongeBob tees are huge right now. Minion tees are huge right now. Um, like wearing even just cringe graphic tees is huge right now, where it used to be corny. And and that's kind of like a pick and choose type of thing. Not everyone agrees with that, but overall, it like wearing a baggy shorts or baggy pants with a cropped short graphic tee that says, "I paused my game to be here," with some chain and the Givenchy flex bracelet and all that crap. That's like, oh, that's swag. That you got it on. He has it on. It's just weird. It's I'm trying not to say, oh, that's weird. That's so odd. That's so weird. But it's true. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird. But I fully, my conspiracy theory is that in the next few years, light up Skechers will become fashion. Like Balenciaga is gonna do something with them, and then it's gonna be like, oh, this is cool again. I'm like betting on it. I'm betting on light up Skechers coming in, because if Minion tees come back in, and SpongeBob tees come back in, and Minecraft comes back in, light up Skechers and Crocs, like to the level it has come in, not just the normal Crocs, but like the Lightning McQueen Crocs, light up Skechers are coming in. You can quote me on that. They're coming in. But and it kind of has to do with like irony and like post irony and all that technical crap. But it's another huge thing is whoever wears it, right? There's like like a Bella Hadid wearing a Garfield shirt, and then it blows up in whatever fashion industry. Bella Hadid wearing Garfield tee. This is it's so low effort. It's so chic, and it's not. She just has a freaking graphic tee on that any other bum would be wearing. It's almost like gaslighting. Same thing goes with camo. Camo used to be like rinky dink, podunk. If you wore camo, you were like hillbilly, straight up. Now, it's considered like streetwear or tactical and that kind of thing. Literally, you can wake up, like you can be in a coma. You can go into a coma in middle school, right? And then 10 years later, you wake up and you still have the same clothes, right? Let's say you don't grow. Let's say you don't grow any. But let's say it stunted your growth. The coma stunted your growth. Your entire wardrobe is like, he has that on. All that stuff is awesome. It's just a matter of, I don't even think it's I don't even think it's fashion at that point, or I don't even think it's styling. There has to be some sub layer to it about expression and, like I said before, like retro or nostalgic. It's almost like a nostalgic touch, but it's blown up to the proportion of it being like a thing, not just like Cookie Monster pajama pants. They haven't come back in. Like that's still ratchet, but everything else has. Again, like the SpongeBob, it was like the SpongeBob tee and the Cookie Monster pants. Coachella is another big thing, of people wearing clothes. This last year was like the joke on people, because even to the point where people like made were just blowing it up. But you can a huge thing. I don't remember. I don't know if it was this year, but it was years past of like full on like Shrek fits, right? And Shrek was immediately, or it wasn't immediately popular as it was, but when it first came out, if you did that, that would be like corny. That would be like, oh, you're cosplaying, you're corny. But now it's popular, and it's like, oh, that is like post irony, retro. It's you can be wearing the goofiest fit and the goofiest stuff, but as long as there's a nostalgic touch to it, he has that on. And I think that's the secret sauce, is the nostalgia, retro, like good feels to it, like Domo, with like the huge mouth and stuff. Domos come back in. It's things that had good memory. And really, you can't even follow trends to be safe. because it'll flip flop. Like you'll right like skinny jeans used to be in, skinny jeans and Chelsea boots. I kind of rant about that a lot, like in my personal life, about the skinny jeans and Chelsea boots, because that used and the church hats, like the huge, like whatever you want to call them, like the witch hats, basically. All of that stuff used to be, on, like you had that on. That was the fit. But now, you look back, and you get clowned on it. Like whoever wore that, you get clowned on, because it's a corny outfit. And it doesn't look proportional to a person. It doesn't look good. It was just at the time it was popular. So you can't even be safe following trends, like like wearing popular shows. Like people used to wear a lot of Rick and Morty stuff. Now you look back and it's like, that was like that must have been taken during 2017, 2018, because no way. Anything past that, I would be wearing that crap. Like, or wearing YOLO shirts, right? Or like YOLO, or like, or a shirt that just says swag on it, or just like those type of graphic tees. Those were popular when they first came out. Then somewhere in between there, they became like all corny, like almost like you're trying to live on the past. Now, again, it's like post. It's like post. Nostalgia. So now it's swag. You can a swag shirt wasn't swag before, or was swag before. Then the swag shirt wasn't swag. Now it's back to being swag. It makes no sense. Like no sense. And of course you can go with the whole thing. Wear what you want to wear and all that stuff. But that you kind of give that as a given. Like at this point, you kind of have that as a given. But there's really no rules at this point because of stuff like that. Because of the flip flop, there's no safety. There's no safety anywhere, because at one point you can be wearing something that's in style, that's normal. That's like a completely normal. Like it's normal to wear a graphic tee, and then a year or two later you got to throw that thing out because it is so not. You can't even be caught dead with that. And even like the Minecraft stuff, I don't know if it'll ever go away. I think the Minecraft like graphic tees are like the biggest example of it, or like the Minecraft boxers and stuff, like the creeper boxers. But or even like the Pokemon stuff, like Pokemon when it first came out was popular with a certain group, then it became like completely unpopular, and then Pokemon Go and stuff and that era really like blew it up, and now Pokemon's like super popular with everyone. Everyone knows it. It's of course it is the most popular brand ever, but just like it's acceptable. It's an acceptable, way more acceptable than it has ever been to wear like a Pokemon shirt, but or like the Pikachu hat. That's like an iconic headwear, right? But at some point it could be a time where it's not, and and then boom, now you have to put it away, and all that money you spent on the Gengar backpack, right, that you got off of Depop, you're done. You got to put it up for the next couple years. It'll be popular later, which is it's just a weird. It's a weird cycle of when things go unpopular, and the whole idea of it being popular, and that gets into a whole other can of worms about popularity, and do you want to wear something that's popular, or do you want to stand out? Because it's kind of one of those things. And then on the other side, there are times where you're trying to be nostalgic, like wearing creeper shirts and that type of thing. But let's say it's not like nostalgic in the proper way, like Looney Tunes shirts. I think that's a huge one. I think Looney Tunes stuff, like no one, if you wear the Scarface Tasmanian Devil shirt, right? No one is gonna say you have that on. You can keep that. That is, they'll try to to convince you that it is looks good, but like Looney Tunes characters with money signs and chains, and it's like considered almost like urban, which is like a weird way of saying that. That's not like that doesn't hit properly. It doesn't do its job properly, and it kind of shows that real nostalgia is accidental. Like it happens. It has to happen naturally. It has to happen with the cycle. You can't really force things. I feel like the Looney Tunes stuff and that type of genre of nostalgic clothing, it's always kind of forced because really Looney Tunes is like really freaking old. But even finding an old shirt of yours or things that people would have had like when they were in elementary school, like finding a Club Penguin shirt or finding a Pop Tropica shirt or finding something like that, and then you just wear it out of, or you find it and then get your own, and then get another one like in your own size, and it's more out of it's more out of being genuine. Like walking, there's a difference between that and walking into a Hot Topic and buying a shirt from there. No hate or no shade on Hot Topic, because some of its stuff is okay, but like buying a graphic tee from there, it's manufactured, like not just the shirt but the actual nostalgic feel to it, right? So it's a lot more difficult to get a genuine, you still can get a genuine feel for it, but it's a lot harder to get that. And like anime shirts, they sell a lot of anime shirts. Some anime shirts are still cool, like they have like a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff now, and not just at Hot Topic, but a lot of Naruto or Dragon Ball Z stuff. That stuff's pretty good. Like people wearing full Akira outfits, right? Like the full red, or even like Kanye did that a couple years ago for his listening party. Or there's a Goku puffer jacket that I saw. That was cool. But it's selective, right? You can't just wear like Hunter merch or My Hero Academia merch and just think that you're not in the danger zone, that you're not in the splash zone, because you are. Or even like things that are even I guess considered niche, or more niche than that, like Evangelion stuff, right? That is more niche, but it translates a lot better to a larger market. So there's like a hierarchy, I guess, of like nostalgic wear, and this all sums down to nostalgia. Like I said, the cool and corny. What makes it cool? It's only, well, to back it up, it's only corny because it's not nostalgic in the proper way, right? Like SpongeBob, most SpongeBob stuff. The show hasn't aged well. Like the later seasons, the first 3 or 4 seasons are still really good, but like merchandise wise, it sells. It still sells. They did a Supreme X SpongeBob collab not so long ago. And it was pretty good, but the reasoning why, there's no really good reason on why other shows haven't had the same type of respect or love from the market, or from the industry, right? Like wearing something that's that popular, right? That's kind of hard, but wearing like Ben 10's cool. That would be cool, but I'm trying to think of like another, whatever. I can't think of one, but it's like not as big, but still Little Bill, right? Little Bill. If you wore the Little Bill shirt, or if there was a Little Bill or Franklin, right? I think Franklin would be okay, but it wouldn't get the same type of the SpongeBob stuff would just go, like it sells. It wouldn't sell like that. This other stuff wouldn't sell like that, right? And it's a lot of it has to do with like the different cores, right? Like the different like fast fashion brands and stuff, and how they pivot to different things, right? But it's it's kind of that like that's a part of it, like the manipulation of it, the manipulation of like, since fast fashion is like pretty much the market standard on for a lot of people, which is sad, but it's true. So, you know, they kind of like ship certain things off without even thinking about it, and that's kind of what the foundation of a lot of this stuff is. Because you know, it'll be like an Angry Birds tee, right? That can go either way, right? But they'll play it off as like, oh, that's like Y2K core, or oh, that's like vintage core or nostalgic core, right? And so it kind of plays off of that. And so then you have the Angry Birds, and then you have all of these other things, right? That like, and I guess it has to also do with like community and stuff, and how just the general public sees things. But you know, even beyond that, it's like mall brands, like Hollister, and like Hollister really used to be cool, right? Hollister used to be cool. I remember when it was cool. The second time it was cool. It was cool when it first came out, and that type of thing. Then it fell off. And then it got popular again near like the Visco Girl, Save the Turtles thing, you know, back in like 2019. And then it just fell off again, right? But now, it's kind of coming back in a way of like vintage mall core. I think that's what they're calling it, and that's what I would call it anyways. And it's a lot of stuff like that. Like I've never learned how to pronounce it. It's called Aeropostale, I think. I don't know, but I don't like that brand. But it's that like vintage, like remember when we used to wear stuff like this type of thing, because that, you know, that like shopping malls used to be super popular. Now of course they're not, but it's kind of like the smell of Axe body spray, where it's very abrasive, but for some nostalgic in the right way. Another one, cargo pants. I have a little list down for like things that I've thought about for a while, and cargo pants is a huge one, right? Or cargo shorts. I remember the days that used to suck. Like, I remember that. I vividly remember having cargo shorts and being like, not clowned on them, because no one really clowned on me, but they weren't cool, right? It was just like some other just bummy type of, like, it's like wearing board shorts somewhere. It's like, okay, that's not, but or like that, like cargo pants, kind of on the same lines of camo pants, where it's like, are you really using those? Are you really, especially for someone, you know, below the age of working, right? Where it's like, why do you need cargo pants? Just wear a normal pair of pants, right? For years, people clowned on him because, oh, he has, you know, you got a tool belt, you got this, what do you got in all those pockets? All that type of stuff, and you know, but now it's like, oh, that's urban wear or street wear. And it's not even used. Like, they don't even actually use cargo pants for that purpose. Some people actually use them for their correct purpose, like Carhartt and stuff, and that's a whole other can of worms. But it's mainly again, like the nostalgia feel, right? That's like, again, like I used to wear cargo shorts as a kid, and a couple years ago, and then I got back into cargo shorts. And I'm still a huge fan of cargo pants in a certain way. And I don't really like the huge, like, a bunch of pockets type of thing. But it is nice for someone that I usually have to bring a bag with me everywhere. Same goes for jorts, right? Jorts, I think, jorts are on, like, the same level of the Minecraft shirts. Holy crap. The jorts, if you had jorts on in, let's say, 2015, right, like 10 years ago, you got laughed out of the building, like straight up. You got laughed out. It was like a bomb just got dropped. But now, right? But now it's considered oversized or throwback, like a throwback summer fit. But it's not. Like, they're just big, huge shorts. They're just huge, like. It's I try to rack my brain on that, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't compute for me. The way of how popular they are. Because I get like the Minecraft stuff because it's kind of like, oh, you know, I like Minecraft when I was a kid. You know, I'm still kind of harping on the Minecraft stuff, but it's true. But with the Jort stuff, there is no reason for it to come back into popularity. Same thing as the same thing as wow, I lost my train of thought. But it's just the whole thing. It doesn't make sense. It's very like it doesn't add up basically. And another thing that I have written down, the dad shoes, right? Like literal orthopedic shoes, which I admit, pretty much all of my shoes are orthopedic, just because I have a huge arch. I have a really extreme arch, so I actually kind of do need orthopedic shoes. But I try to make it work, you know, New Balance and stuff. And when Yeezys first came out, that was like saving grace. But you know, that's a huge can of worms that I don't really want to get into like fully, because that's like you could talk about that for hours. About, you know, Kanye West popularizing the dad shoe because of the Wave Runner Yeezy 700 and all that type of stuff. But that's a whole other facet, right? Like we've gone from shirts to pants and shorts to shoes, and so it really shows. It goes for everything. It's not just like graphic tees or sunglasses or just hats. Everything is involved. Like all pieces of clothing are involved in this, right? And it literally, like, dad shoes used to be, and some dad shoes don't even still look good, right? Like, I don't really like those Nikes that have like the bubble on the side and stuff, or like they're like white. I don't know what they're called, but you know, some still don't look good. But now it's considered chunky. Like, yeah, no kidding. It's chunky. Like, it's a huge shoe. It's an orthopedic shoe. It's meant for older gentlemen that have feet problems because they've been on their feet for so long. But, you know, with all that being said, it really comes down to the people, right? That's what all this stuff always comes down to. If enough cool people wear something unironically, or enough ironic people wear something too long, it breaks through that ceiling, that cringe ceiling, and becomes cool again. It's, again, like I said at the beginning, it all comes full circle. The marination, right? The marination process. You know, honestly, I think the trick is just confidence. You know, you can wear the goofiest fit, but if you're doing it on purpose and with purpose, and like kind of like that post-ironic thing, it turns into camp. You know. But you know, that kind of that wraps up my little rant. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.